Some stars of a popular auction show took a break and never returned to your screens. What really happened to them?
Beloved members of a popular reality TV show who have tragically passed away.
They once fought over lockers filled with hidden treasures, turning junk into jackpots and drama into must-see TV. But life after Storage Wars was far from simple. Some stars built new success, while others faced surprising struggles or disappeared altogether. From sudden fortune to heartbreaking tragedy, their journeys reveal shocking twists you'd never expect, showing that the real drama often began when the cameras finally stopped rolling. Mark Balelo. Mark Balelo, better known to fans of Storage Wars as Rico Suave, carved out a memorable place in the series with his flashy style, bold bids, and unpredictable energy. Whenever he walked into an auction, the atmosphere shifted. His taste for sharp suits, polished shoes, and expensive cars made him stand out from the crowd. He projected an image of confidence and wealth, the kind of man who seemed to thrive on the thrill of taking risks. For viewers, Balelo quickly became a figure who embodied the excitement and tension of the storage locker business. His bidding wars and high-spirited personality brought both drama and entertainment, ensuring he remained unforgettable in the lineup of colorful personalities on the show. Yet beneath the polished image, Balelo's life was far from carefree. Behind the cameras, he carried hidden struggles that few could have guessed from his confident public demeanor. Legal problems often hovered over him, and personal challenges added to the weight he carried silently. While television showed him as a charismatic risk-taker who could steal the spotlight, his off-screen world told a different story, one of mounting difficulties and quiet battles that could not be solved with a winning bid. His struggles became more visible in the months leading up to his death. Reports of legal troubles and moments of vulnerability painted a stark contrast to the man fans knew as Rico Suave. Still, he tried to maintain his image, determined to keep up the persona that had defined him on the show. Unfortunately, the pressures he faced grew heavier, and the divide between his public identity and private turmoil deepened. Those close to him noticed signs of strain, but his charm and determination often masked just how much he was dealing with internally. In February 2013, he was arrested on substance-related charges. Just days later, he was found dead in his car, with his death ruled a suicide caused by carbon monoxide poisoning. He was only 40 years old at the time. His sudden passing shocked both fans and fellow cast members, who remembered him as a man who brought color and charisma to the auction floor. Though his time on the show was short-lived, Mark remains one of its most talked-about figures, a reminder that fame often masks deep personal struggles. The news spread quickly, and many struggled to reconcile the lively, stylish bidder they had watched on television with the pain he had endured away from the spotlight. His passing was not just the loss of a cast member, but also a reminder that appearances can be deceiving, and that even the most confident figures may be carrying unseen burdens. Fans still recall the moments when Rico Suave lit up the auctions with his unpredictable spirit, leaving a mark that endures beyond his time on Earth. Balelo wasn't alone. Gunter Nezhoda faced battles no bid could win. Gunter Nezhoda. Gunter Nezhoda was more than just a recurring face on Storage Wars. He was a personality who added warmth, laughter, and a sense of authenticity to the show. Born with a thick Austrian accent that instantly made him stand out, Gunter carried himself with a down-to-earth charm that viewers immediately connected with. Whenever he appeared alongside his son, Rene Nezhoda, he brought not only fatherly support, but also a great deal of humor and insight that made their on-screen partnership memorable. Fans of Storage Wars appreciated how Gunter combined light-hearted jokes with a genuine knowledge of antiques and collectibles. He was not just tagging along for the cameras. He had a sharp eye that often helped identify valuable items hidden in storage lockers. His ability to keep things fun while still contributing meaningfully to the auctions gave the show an extra layer of entertainment. With his playful banter, warm smile, and calm demeanor, Gunter quickly became a fan favorite. Off the screen, Gunter's talents stretched far beyond the world of storage auctions. He was a gifted photographer, capturing moments with an artistic eye that revealed his creative spirit. In addition to photography, he had a deep love for music, particularly the bass guitar. Throughout his life, he worked with several musicians, sharing his skills and passion for rhythm. This balance of visual artistry and musical talent reflected a man who embraced life fully, always finding ways to express himself. But in 2022, Gunter faced a private battle that few knew about. He was diagnosed with an aggressive form of lung cancer. Despite the seriousness of the illness, Gunter chose to keep much of his struggle away from the public eye, continuing to show strength and positivity for those around him. His decision highlighted his selfless nature. He never wanted to burden fans or loved ones with worry. Instead, he carried on with dignity, focusing on the time he had with his family and pursuing the things he loved. Sadly, on March 21, 2023, Gunter passed away peacefully in his sleep at the age of 67. His son, René, confirmed the heartbreaking news and expressed how grateful the family was for the outpouring of love and support. Fans and fellow cast members mourned deeply, remembering Gunter not just as a TV personality, but as a kind-hearted man who touched lives through his humor, warmth, and genuine character. Gunter Nezhoda's death left a lasting void in the Storage Wars family, yet his legacy continues to shine through the memories he created. Whether through his laughter on screen, his creative photography, or his music, Gunter remains remembered as a man full of life, generosity, and kindness. Another Storage Wars star who passed away tragically is Maurice "Mo" Prigooff. Maurice Prigooff, known to fans as Mo or the Doc, was one of the most colorful and unforgettable personalities in the Storage Wars franchise. He appeared on Storage Wars, Texas, the spin-off of the hit series, and quickly earned a reputation as one of the most stylish and sophisticated buyers. With his witty remarks, love for design, and gentlemanly charm, Mo became a standout figure who brought something entirely different to the world of storage auctions. Unlike many of his castmates who were laser-focused on quick profits, Mo approached auctions with a unique perspective. He was a podiatrist by profession, having spent decades in the medical field helping patients, but antiques and collectibles were his true passion. His love for art, mid-century modern furniture, and unusual pieces made him an expert in spotting treasures others might overlook. Through his eye for quality, Mo gave audiences a refreshing look at how storage auctions could be about more than money. They could also be about beauty, history, and creativity. Mo owned and operated the River Regency Modern Antique Shop, a well-known store where he sold rare and artistic finds. His shop reflected his refined taste and became a place where his personality truly shined. For Mo, every piece had a story, and he delighted in connecting those stories to collectors who appreciated his sophisticated approach. This passion set him apart from the more profit-driven cast members and gave fans a reason to admire his elegant style. On Storage Wars, Texas, Mo was often seen delivering clever one-liners and light-hearted commentary that made viewers smile. His polished suits, sharp wit, and ability to stay composed under pressure gave him a distinct identity on the show. Fans often described him as classy, charming, and highly knowledgeable. making his appearances memorable even years after the show ended. Even after the cameras stopped rolling, Mo remained deeply engaged in the antiques business. He never lost his love for collecting, and he continued to stay connected with his community and fellow collectors. His contributions went beyond business. He was known for his kindness, generosity, and willingness to share his knowledge with others. Tragically, on March 4, 2021, Mo Prigooff passed away at the age of 78. The news saddened fans and cast members alike, many of whom took to social media to share their condolences and memories of him. Tributes poured in, highlighting not only his sophisticated taste, but also his warmth and charm as a person. Morris showed viewers that storage auctions were not just about profit, but also about passion, artistry, and history. His presence on Storage Wars Texas added depth and elegance to the show, and his memory continues to inspire fans who admired the way he combined professionalism, humor, and heart in everything he did. Then we have the gambler of the group, Daryl Sheets. One of the original stars of Storage Wars, Daryl Sheets built his reputation on a fearless approach to the auction world. Known as the gambler, he was never afraid to put everything on the line, often placing high-stakes bids that carried the potential for extraordinary rewards or crushing losses. His aggressive style and larger-than-life personality made him a standout presence on the show, drawing in fans who admired his courage and willingness to take risks that others would shy away from. Every time he entered a bidding battle, the excitement rose, because viewers knew Daryl was never one to back down easily. What set Sheets apart was not just his strategy, but also the conviction behind it. He believed in his instincts, relying on years of experience in the storage auction business. Time and again, he proved that the boldest moves could yield the most astonishing treasures, from rare collectibles to valuable antiques. His passion for the hunt gave the show some of its most unforgettable moments, and his victories reflected both his knowledge and his willingness to gamble big when others hesitated. Through this fearless approach, he became a figure synonymous with risk-taking, embodying the thrill that defined Storage Wars. However, away from the fast-paced auctions, Daryl's life took an unexpected turn when health challenges began to surface. In 2019, Daryl suffered a major health scare when he experienced a heart attack while fishing. Doctors discovered severe congestive heart failure, and he underwent surgery to place stents. Though his health slowed him down, Daryl survived and gradually returned to normal life. He later retired from regular appearances on the show and in 2023 launched a new business in Havasu, Arizona, called Show Me Your Junk. Today, Daryl remains a respected and beloved figure, remembered for his fearless attitude both on and off the auction block. Let's now tell you about another fan favorite who wasn't chasing money, but the thrill itself, Barry Weiss. One of the most unforgettable personalities to ever appear on Storage Wars, Barry Weiss earned his reputation not through fierce bidding wars or massive profits, but through his eccentric style and love for the unusual. Unlike many of his fellow cast members who measured success in terms of financial gains, Barry approached auctions with a completely different mindset. He wasn't chasing wealth or competing for bragging rights. Instead, he was in search of oddities, rare curiosities, and items that carried a story. His passion for collecting the strange and the unique made him stand out, bringing a quirky energy that fans immediately connected with. From the moment he arrived at an auction, Barry commanded attention. His colorful outfits, playful personality, and unpredictable choices added a layer of fun that distinguished him from the rest of the cast. While others calculated risks and weighed potential profits, Barry often bid on lockers simply because something unusual had caught his eye. That lighthearted approach brought balance to the show, turning tense bidding battles into moments of laughter and surprise. For many fans, Barry was the heart of the program's quirky spirit, the collector who reminded everyone that value is not always measured in dollars. After leaving the show following season 4, Barry maintained a low profile until tragedy struck in 2019, when he was seriously injured in a motorcycle accident. He suffered broken bones and internal injuries, requiring extensive surgery and rehabilitation. Thankfully, Barry made a strong recovery and even returned to Storage Wars in 2021, delighting fans with his comeback. Though he no longer plays a central role, his presence remains iconic. Barry today lives a quieter life, but is still admired for his adventurous spirit, humor, and passion for collectibles. His absence was deeply felt, not just because of the role he played on the show, but because of the warmth, humor, and individuality he shared with everyone around him. Cast members and fans alike remembered him for his kindness and for the laughter he brought into an environment that was often tense and competitive. Let's now tell you about Dan Dodson. Dan Dodson has been one of the most recognizable faces of Storage Wars since the show first hit television screens. Alongside his wife, Laura, he has served as the central auctioneer, bringing unmatched energy and excitement to every episode. His rapid-fire chant, delivered with remarkable rhythm and clarity, became an essential part of the series. To fans, Dan was not just an auctioneer. He was the pulse of the competition, the one who kept the action moving while balancing intensity with humor. Long before television, Dan had already established himself in the auctioneering world. He and Laura co-founded American Auctioneers, a company that had been thriving before the cameras ever arrived, proving that their expertise was rooted in real experience. Dan's life took a frightening turn in June 2014 when he suffered a double brain aneurysm, a medical crisis that could have been fatal. Fortunately, his wife's quick response and the efforts of skilled doctors saved his life. He underwent emergency surgery and, against the odds, made a remarkable recovery. Many fans assumed his career might slow down after such an ordeal, but Dan proved otherwise. Within months, he was back in the auction world, his enthusiasm and charisma as strong as ever. His resilience inspired viewers, showing not just his dedication to the profession, but also his unshakable determination. Outside of the show, Dan and Laura have continued to expand their business. They launched StorageAuctions.net, an online platform that allows buyers to participate in storage auctions from anywhere, blending tradition with technology. This move has helped keep them at the forefront of the industry while making the storage auction experience more accessible to a wider audience. Even today, Dan remains highly active. He often attends fan conventions, special events, and, of course, live auctions. His friendly personality and deep knowledge of the auction world make him a favorite among fans and peers alike. What sets Dan apart is his consistency. Whether on screen or off, he delivers the same passion and professionalism. As one of the original and most enduring figures of Storage Wars, Dan Dodson has become a true pillar of the franchise. His story is not only about the glitz of reality television, but also about resilience, family partnership, and a lifelong commitment to his craft. Despite personal health battles, he continues to do what he loves and remains a vital part of the auctioneering community. For fans, seeing Dan still standing at the auction block is proof that dedication and spirit can overcome even life's toughest challenges. After Dan, we have Dave Hester. Dave Hester, famously known as the Mogul, quickly carved out his place as one of the most unforgettable figures on Storage Wars. From the very beginning, He stood out not only for his sharp business acumen, but also for his bold personality. His signature bidding call, "You," became a catchphrase that fans either loved or hated. That one word turned into a brand, a symbol of Dave's aggressive approach to auctions. With his strategic style and no-nonsense attitude, he was often positioned as the show's main antagonist. Rivalries between Dave and other buyers fueled much of the tension that made Storage Wars so addictive. What many viewers didn't always see was the depth of Dave's knowledge of the resale market. Long before cameras followed him around, Dave had built a strong reputation as a businessman. He owned Rags to Riches, a thrift store in Costa Mesa, California, and he approached every auction with the mindset of a serious investor. His instincts often paid off, allowing him to walk away with treasures others overlooked. His confidence sometimes came across as arrogance, but it was that same confidence that made him stand out from the crowd. In late 2018, Dave's life took a dramatic turn. He suffered a hemorrhagic stroke brought on by severe sleep apnea, which left him hospitalized and fighting for his health. The stroke was life-threatening, and his recovery required extensive therapy and determination. For months, Dave had to relearn basic skills, from walking to speaking, a humbling experience for someone known for his dominating personality. Yet, true to form, Dave refused to be defeated. His resilience carried him through the ordeal, and eventually, he regained his strength. After recovering, Dave made occasional returns to Storage Wars, though his role was not as central as it once had been. Instead, he shifted more focus toward his personal businesses and brand. His company, Dave Hester Auctions, continues to operate, and he remains involved in the resale world. Though his on-screen persona was that of a brash competitor, off-screen, Dave has shown a more determined, even vulnerable, side through his health journey. Today, Dave remains active and continues to interact with fans who still associate him with that iconic call. For better or worse, he left a lasting mark on the franchise. Some remember him as the villain, others as the savvy mogul, but everyone agrees he was a driving force in making the show popular. Without his rivalries and sharp instincts, Storage Wars would not have had the same spark in its early seasons. Dave Hester's story is one of resilience, reinvention, and a reminder that even the most unstoppable personalities face battles that test their strength. The next name on our list is Brandi Passante. Brandi Passante became one of the breakout stars of Storage Wars, winning over fans with her sharp instincts, witty comebacks, and no-nonsense approach to the unpredictable world of storage auctions. Paired with her then-partner Jared Schultz, she formed the duo known as Brandi and Jared, a team that quickly became central to the show's popularity. While Jared often leaned toward bold risks, Brandi provided balance with her practical outlook and keen sense of value. Together, their chemistry brought humor and relatability, making them one of the most memorable partnerships on the series. Brandi wasn't just there for entertainment. She had a natural eye for spotting hidden treasures in storage lockers. Time and again, her sharp judgment turned potential duds into profitable finds. Fans admired the way she handled herself during the often chaotic auctions, never backing down from competition while maintaining her cool demeanor. Her witty remarks and quick sense of humor became staples of the show, adding levity to the intense bidding wars. Off-screen, Brandi and Jared managed the now-and-then second-hand store, their thrift shop in Orange County, California. The business became a key part of their storyline, as many of their auction wins would end up displayed and sold there. Although the store eventually closed, it symbolized the entrepreneurial spirit that Brandi and Jared shared during their years together on the show. By 2020, Brandi revealed that she and Jared had split, bringing an end not just to their personal relationship, but also their business partnership. For many fans, the breakup was a shock, as the pair had seemed inseparable for years. Yet Brandi faced this new chapter with strength and determination. As a single mother raising 2 children, she focused on building her own independent identity while continuing her involvement with Storage Wars. Brandi's presence on social media has given fans a glimpse into her life beyond the auctions. She often shares moments with her children, as well as snippets of her personal interests and activities. This openness has helped her maintain a strong connection with the audience, showing that she is more than just a reality TV personality. She is a resilient woman navigating life with humor and authenticity. Even as her life has changed dramatically from the early days of Storage Wars, Brandi remains a fan favorite. Her independence, charm, and ability to stand on her own in a competitive industry have earned her respect both on and off screen. She embodies resilience, proving that setbacks can be transformed into opportunities for growth. Today, Brandi continues to represent the heart of what fans loved most about Storage Wars: authenticity, determination, and the thrill of the hunt. Behind the cameras, another beloved face's loss shook the auction family. Kenny Crossley. Kenny Crossley became one of the most cherished personalities connected with Storage Wars, though his role was not always in the direct spotlight. Having worked closely with auctioneers Dan and Laura Dodson, Kenny was often seen lending a hand both on camera and behind the scenes. His presence was steady, reliable, and filled with the kind of good-natured humor that made him a favorite among the cast and crew. He was the type of person who could ease tense moments with a quick joke or a lighthearted comment, keeping the atmosphere balanced even during the most competitive bidding wars. What made Kenny special was not just his work ethic, but the warmth he carried with him. He treated everyone he encountered with kindness and respect, making people feel valued no matter the situation. For many, his laughter was as recognizable as his contributions at the auctions. Fans came to appreciate him not just for his role in supporting the show, but for the genuine personality he brought with him. He carried himself in a way that made others feel like they were part of a larger family, and that quality set him apart. Though he never sought to outshine others, his influence stretched beyond what most viewers could see. Off-camera, he was a friend, a confidant, and a steady presence who helped the show run smoothly. Dan and Laura often relied on his support, and they were quick to acknowledge how important he was to the auction world. Hailing from New Orleans, where he worked with the Sheriff's Department, he later moved to Los Angeles and took on a role overseeing storage facilities and even appeared in a few episodes assisting with jammed lockers and offering his own homemade pralines. Additionally, he remains active in the fan and media scene, with some commentary suggesting he may be living a dark, double life, although details are scarce. Do you know even younger faces weren't spared from the tragedy? Brandi Sheets. Brandi Sheets stepped into the spotlight of Storage Wars as the son of veteran bidder Daryl Sheets, and together they formed one of the show's most memorable duos. While his father was known for bold, high-stakes decisions, Brandi often provided a sense of balance with his youthful energy and fresh perspective. The father-son dynamic gave audiences a look at not just the competitive world of storage auctions, but also the bond between two very different personalities learning to navigate it side by side. Their teamwork made them a unique pair, with Daryl's experience matched against Brandi's eagerness to grow within the business. Viewers quickly grew fond of Brandi, whose humor and easygoing manner contrasted with the intensity of the auctions. He brought a lighter spirit to the bidding battles, reminding fans that the show was not only about financial risks, but also about the relationships behind the deals. His role may not have been as dominant as his father's, yet it was vital in showing another side to the world of storage hunting. A younger generation trying to make its mark, while learning from those who had been in the trade for decades. After stepping away from the series, Brandon faced struggles that challenged him far more than the pressure of auctions ever could. Reports indicated that he dealt with personal difficulties as well as health problems that impacted his life in serious ways. For fans who had seen him grow on screen, it was difficult to reconcile the lively, spirited young man they remembered with the hardships he faced privately. Life after the show was not easy, and those challenges weighed heavily on him as he tried to move forward. In June 2024, he was involved in a serious car accident, but thankfully came away with only minor injuries. He also maintains a presence on Instagram, where he shares glimpses from his personal life. With so many losses, what does this mean for the future of Storage Wars? The end of an era. Over the years, the show became more than just a series about buying and selling storage lockers. It was about the people who brought their personalities, rivalries, and humor to every auction. The energy was electric, the bidding wars unpredictable, and the characters larger than life. But as time has passed and familiar faces have departed, the atmosphere has changed in ways that many longtime viewers cannot ignore. Fans often say the show now feels different. What was once wild and chaotic has become more measured and reserved. The playful arguments, the loud cheers, and the dramatic rivalries that kept audiences on the edge of their seats are no longer the same. The laughter and tension that came with each bid gave the show its unique spirit, and without some of the major personalities, the tone has shifted into something new, something quieter. The loss of figures like Daryl Sheets, Weiss, and Brandi Sheets marked true turning points in the life of the series. Each brought their own flavor that could not be replaced. Daryl was known for his bold confidence, often taking risks that made auctions unpredictable. Barry was the eccentric treasure hunter who gave viewers charm and wit along with his bids. Brandon, with his youth and sharp eye, added a dynamic that made the father and son team with Daryl a favorite. Without them, the auctions no longer carry the same spark of unpredictability that defined the earlier seasons. Even though the energy has shifted, the legacy of Storage Wars continues to live on. Fans still remember the best moments, the rivalries that kept them talking, and the personalities that became household names. It is not just about the lockers filled with hidden treasures, but about the way the show captured the excitement of competition and the bonds between the people involved. The end of an era does not mean the story has ended. Instead, it highlights the lasting impact the show has had on both its audience and the world of reality television. Storage Wars proved that ordinary people with extraordinary personalities could create something unforgettable. And while the show may feel different now, its true spirit lives on in the memories of those who watched it grow into a phenomenon. Which Storage Wars star do you remember the most, and why? Share your thoughts in the comments.